All right, so we're going to get started lying on our back. And if you could have either one of these inflatable balls or a rolled up blanket within reach, because we'll be using that for some shoulder opening. But let's just start first. Supine. Take a few breaths to start our journey from head to body. As you breathe in, just notice the breath. Perhaps notice where you feel it in the body. Then take a moment to scan your body, noticing how your feet connect to the floor. Noticing if there's more weight on one foot or the other. Is there a tendency to roll to the inner arch or the outer arch? And then noticing the alignment of the knees. Let your attention travel to the back of the hips. Once again, noticing, do you feel a little more weight on the right glute or the left glute? Is the pelvis shifted in any way? So we're not trying to make any large adjustments, just noticing, and many times just this act of noticing, the body will self-correct. So we fall into these habitual patterns. So just bringing our awareness is sometimes all we need. And then let your attention travel up the lower back. Once again, noticing left and right. You're at the top of the hip bone. Left and right. Is there a difference? Sometimes we're sort of shifted. One hip might be hiked up. And now noticing the back of the ribs. And let's linger here for a moment as you breathe in. Noticing the breath in the back of the ribs. Allowing the breath to inflate the ribs so that it takes up maybe a little bit more space in your mat. And then let your attention travel up to the upper back. Comparing left and right. The right shoulder versus the left shoulder. And again, perhaps just this attention to the two sides is enough to promote even just a little more balance between left and right. And then noticing the neck. Is there a little too much compression in the back of the neck? Maybe you lower the chin and you invite a little bit more length in the back of the neck. And then ever so gently, just allow your head to roll gently from left to right. Observing the sides of the neck. And then find stillness. Your next breath, inflate the belly and then the ribs. Release from the ribs and then the belly. Do that a couple more rounds. Breathe in belly, then ribs. Exhale, ribs, then belly. Continue on your own. We're going to add on breath in, belly ribs. Breath out. Hold the breath out. And imagine you're drawing the belly button back and up, that Uddiyana Bandha action. And just hold it to the point that you feel comfortable. And then allow the breath to come in slowly. Comes into the belly, the ribs. Exhale, ribs and belly. Hold the breath out, draw the navel back and up. You feel the need for a breath. Allow it into the belly and the ribs. And just repeat this on your own. Find your rhythm. And you may find that once you're able to tap into your own organic rhythm, there's a general sense of ease that may come with that. Just one more round of breath. And then if you're able, if it's comfortable, take your arms out into a T or maybe goalposts. Notice the back of the shoulders. If you're in goalposts, notice the back of the hands, how they connect to the floor. Heel toe your feet all the way to the edges of the mat. Knees follow. And then there's that little windshield wiper action. Press into the feet. Feel a rebound to the other side. Allow that top hip to stretch and find length. Again, find your rhythm here. You can let the head flow from side to side also. Nice sense of warming up the spine. Next time you flow through the center, pause here. You're going to grab your block. It's going to go under the tailbone. So lower than the lower back. So it's that flat sacrum.
You want us to use our ball or do you want us to use our block?
Let's do the block because I mean if you want you can try the ball, but we're gonna be doing some core and the ball might be really I would try the block first, and then if you want to move to the ball for this, you can. But I think the ball will create a very challenging sort of core stabilization. So let's try it first without that added challenge of a wobbly ball.
Yeah.
And then you lift one leg up, then the other one, and extend your legs to the ceiling. All right, this may be where you want to stay. Alternatively, to work the core. So this is working the core just as we're here. You'll begin to lower the right leg. You don't want it to touch the ground. You're going to hover. Now, as you're doing this, slow, 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 draw the hip points towards each other. Hug the ribs towards each other. Press the extended leg. So here I have my left leg extended to the ceiling. I'm pressing that up. And I'm allowing this right leg to be long, extended, hovering, engaging these core muscles. to keep it stabilized. Now, on your inhale, this right leg comes up. Now I'm going to demonstrate the other side, and then I'm going to come up and take a peek and take any questions you might have. So core is engaged. If you begin to lose this front core, it could strain the lower back. So this is not an area to sort of push yourself. Slowly begin lowering this left leg. Now you may feel the obliques engage. You might feel the transverse abdominal muscles engage. You might feel a little bit of shaking here. Keep that core engaged. And when you can't, you just bring it to a degree where you can. And you're just going to linger and let it hover. So we're not going up and down. See if you can just let it hover. And I see most of you are muted, so you're not going to be able to ask any questions. But Dee Dee, you can relax that foot a little bit.
This hurts my back.
Okay, so then, yeah, don't do it. So if the front core isn't activated, it's going to pull on the lower back, so don't do it. How does it
Okay.
feel if your legs are just extended up?
Fine.
Good, okay. Anyone else have comments or questions? Janet, can you just hover or, and I appreciate you unmuted. Doug, how does that feel for you?
Good. I wondered if I should have my hands pointing down toward my leg.
You could use your hands to press into the floor. That's going to give you a little assist. We're just going to do another breath, and then we're going to release out of this. So with your next inhale, from the core, so hug the hip bones towards each other as you bring that leg up. Then we're going to bend both knees and lower one foot at a time. Press into the feet to slide the block out. We're going to come onto our side. I'll demonstrate on the right side. Your block is your pillow. If you don't have a ball, then a rolled up blanket, and it's going to go on the upper ribs because we're going to be working on the shoulder, warming up the shoulder. So ball it's sort of right around the shoulder blade, close to the armpit. So my right arm is just sort of bent. It's comfortable. You might want to put your head up a little bit. You might want to have the block to the next level. Now your knees bend like you're sitting on a chair. And we'll take a few breaths into the side ribs. You could even take your top hand and rest it on the ribs. Not everybody's shoulder likes this. So Jane, this is something that you could try at the wall if you're on the side that you don't want to lie on. Maybe you start with the side that's not in the sling. And you breathe in. And then as you exhale, you use that hand and you press the air out. And just one more round. And press the air out. Now extend the bottom arm. So palms up in front of you. This left arm is going to stretch towards the bottom arm. And then you inhale. Now, key thing here. Knees and hips stay just as they are. So the hips are going forward, the shoulders going back. So really good chance that this arm does not touch the ground. And we're going to flow. So as you flow, I'm not sure how this works with the blanket, but the ball is going to be sort of rolling and massaging out that bottom shoulder blade. And just do one more of those. Now, really important to keep the knees stacked. So the lower body's not moving. We're creating a nice cross stretch across the body. And then you come back through some. And we're going to take it to the other side, but I want to just check in. Any questions on that? I appreciate, Jane, that might be a tough one for you. Yes, Dee Dee.
Oh, no, I was just going to mute myself because my
Oh,
dog's going to start barking.
okay. All right, so let's do the other side. We'll just take 2 breaths to just sort of warm up the bottom shoulder area and the ribs with our breath. So your knees, it's like you're sitting on a chair. You breathe in. As you exhale, you use the top arm to press the air out. One more time, breathe in. And breathe out. And now this right arm, your top arm stretches palm to palm, maybe even a little beyond. So you're watching sort of this smooth warm up of the top shoulder. And then as you exhale, it's a gentle twist. As the arm reaches back, you keep the hips and knees stacked, and then you come back through. Now, you may find that this top arm, when you have it extended long, it doesn't feel good. You could just keep the elbow bent. I find that the ease you get with that is something desirable. Just one more of these. You're also letting the head and neck be fluid here too. Just a nice way to warm up the spine. And when you're done, while we're on our side, we'll just slowly transition to table. So you're going to need 1 block here. I think we did this before with this is some hip mobility work. So I'll demonstrate this first because it's a subtle action that you may want to just see before you try doing it. So I'm starting with my left knee on the block, and I want to have my hips level. So with this block, this knee is sort of dangling to the ground. So I use my core to bring this knee up. I bring it in towards the ribs, then I'm going to extend it back. I'm not going to hyperextend the lower back. I want to disengage the glutes. You bring it in again, and then I'm rotating. So we did this before. This leg stays stationary. The work is in the bottom hip. I'll do this from the front angle, or the front angle also. That might make it, no, back angle might make it clearer. So this leg stays as it is. The rotation is coming from the bottom. Any questions on that? All right, I think we did that on New Year's. Okay. All right, I'm watching you, Doug. I think that seems okay. I want to just, again, highlight that we're not doing fire hydrants. This leg is not moving. The effort, and you really need to press into the hands and the lower leg, and there's a lot of core involved here. We'll just do one more round. Come back to center and we're gonna switch sides. So you bring the knee in, extend it back. Now, careful not to overarch the lower back. Bring it back in again, core is engaged, and then you rotate on the bottom sort of hip axis. So it helps if you push into the hands, into the knee, and you're rolling your whole sort of pelvis around the head of the right femur bone. Just one more round here. Be kind of exhausting. And then let's remove the block. Just stretch back into a wide knee child's pose. You can let the weight just sort of shimmy from side to side. Come back up to your table. Toes turn under. Either child's pose or downward dog. Whichever one you're taking. Sort of intuitive little stretching movement side to side. And we'll meet up at the back of the mat. So child's pose, you just roll up to a forward fold. Downward dog, you walk the hands to the backs, to the feet at the back of the mat. Knees bend deeply, so your ribs are resting on your thighs. Relax your head. Hands come to the hips. Press into the heels. And then inhale, use your core to rise up. So you're at the back of the mat. And let the hips come forward, the shoulders roll back. And imagine a line of energy coming up the front of the body. So it's lifting the hips, lifting the belly, lifting the chest, maybe lifting the corners of your mouth. It circles around the head. The shoulders draw down the back of the body. Tailbone draws down. Heels root into the floor. And then inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold halfway. Press into the legs, nice long spine. Inhale for chair pose, Utkatasana. Shift the weight on the left foot, come on the ball of the right. Stay here or float the right leg up as you straighten the left leg. And then step it down. Come on to the ball of the left. So this is the sort of the first phase. You're pressing into the right, but you still have this toe kickstand. If you like, you lift the leg up and then you rise. You sit back down and then you rise, gentle back bend. On your exhale, release the hands to the sides. And we'll take a walk to the front of the space. You've got a block in the back. You can just carry it with you to the front. So shift the weight on the left foot. Right knee lifts. Core is engaged. Step forward. Left leg lifts. Core is engaged. Step forward. Right leg lifts. Step forward. Left leg lifts. Just step down next to the right. And place your blocks to the front of your space. Still have your socks on like I do. You can slide them off. It will help with balance. So we'll take some Warrior 2 sequencing now. On your inhale, reach up, gentle back bend. On your exhale, fold half. Press into the legs, nice long. Right leg steps back for Warrior 2. See if you can spin the torso to face the long edge of the mat. That front knee is tracking towards the short end. Straighten the knee and then bend it. Arms reach, stretch, open. And then flow with your breath. It's just one more. Pause here. Flip the right palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Left knee stays bent. Tracking towards the front of the mat. Open up the side waist here. Then inhale through Warrior 2. Keep going. Cartwheel the hands to the blocks. Back leg lifts. Option to do that roll open that we did from table pose. 3 sort of roll open and lower. And again, be mindful if this is uncomfortable, then you don't do it. Step the right leg next to the left and inhale, rise. Gentle back. Exhale, bring the palms to heart center. Any questions on that roll, that hip roll out at the front of the mat? Okay.
Could you do it again?
What's that?
Could you do it again?
Sure, yeah. And so this is, this is weight bearing on the hip. So if it bothers your hips, then you don't do it. So the left leg is extended.
Right.
And I'm rolling my pelvis. Oops, sorry to be slow. I'm rolling my pelvis around my left femur bone. And then I lower back. This leg, I'm not moving the leg in the hip. I'm just moving my pelvis around the head of the femur.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
What is this called?
What is it called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Name for it.
What's that?
Name for this pose.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And, my right hip doesn't like it so much doing the weight bearing. So that's why, I just want you to be like, there's compression on the joint, which can be helpful for strengthening. But if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it. If you've got inflammation there, it might not be a good thing to do. But I find that having hands on blocks or hands on the chair helps also, because you can shift some of the weight bearing out of the leg. All right, we're going to do the other side. Inhale, reach up, gentle back. Exhale, fold halfway. Press into the legs, nice long spine. And then left leg steps back and we rise up to our Warrior 2. So Doug, that could be, that's like balancing half moon. Usually we're not spinning and spinning, but when you open up, that's balancing half moon. You would extend the arm up and show you when we get to that. That might be what you're thinking.
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, so slide the left hip back, but watch the right knee that it doesn't follow. That right knee is staying facing the short end of the mat. And then inhale, reach the arms up and extend them out. And then 3 times. You straighten, and then you bend. See if you can find your own rhythm here. The breath setting the pace of the movement. And you'll pause after the third round. Flip the right palm and reach back. And think about stretching through the side body here, stretching through the ribs. Inhale through warrior two. Hands windmill towards the blocks or maybe a chair. And the back leg lifts up. And then you roll open the pelvis. And then you lower it down. And you can have this action be very small also. And then you lower the left leg to meet the right. Inhale, rise. Gentle back bend. Exhale, right into your forward fold. Press into the legs, nice long spine. Right leg steps back, right into your warrior one. Flow 3 times in and out. And you pause. Flip the front palm, reverse. Inhale through warrior two. Front knee stays bent. You can take your left forearm on the thigh. You can also take your hand to a block. Sweep the right arm forward, up, over, back. One more time. Sweep it forward. Hold it here. Roll the shoulder back. So press into the pinky side of that right foot. Feel the stretch travel up the leg, cross the hip, along the ribs, out through the right fingertips. And then inhale, you rise. Reverse again. Inhale back through warrior two. Take your block to the pinky side of the front foot, and it's about 2 or 3 inches in front of it, and maybe an inch outside of it. This is the balancing half move. So your left hand comes on the block. You slide the back leg, float it up as you straighten the front leg. Now I haven't done that rotation yet. I want to get my balance first. Activate the back leg so you can flex it. Then roll the whole sort of pelvic area around that left femur bone. Press through that right leg. Maybe the right arm reaches up. And then step back for your warrior two and reverse. Inhale through warrior two. Keep going. Cartwheel the arms to the blocks. The back leg lifts. Bring the knee in towards the chest. And then step it down. You'll rise, gentle back bend. This time, exhale, imagine a pull-up bar. So you're drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. You're flexing your muscles. And then inhale, reach up. 2 more times. Exhale, draw the arm. So feel the movement coming from the backs of the shoulder blades. Can you transfer effort into the back of the body? And then inhale, you rise. Exhale, release the arms down. That on the other side. Inhale, reach up, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold out. Press into the legs. Nice long spine. Left leg steps back for warrior two. 3 times, in and out. Reverse. Side angle. Right forearm on the thigh. Take your left hand, circle it around. And then left fingertips facing towards the front wall. Notice as you press into the pinky side of the left foot, activate the stretch along that left leg. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Setting up for balancing half moon. The block is on the pinky side. You take your hand on the block, slide the back foot up. You lift the foot as you straighten the right leg. Then you begin to roll the pelvis towards the long end of the mat. Arm can extend up. Step it down and reverse your warrior. Inhale through warrior two. Windmill the hands to the blocks. Step the back leg up. Then hug the knee in towards the ribs. Lower the nose towards the knee. And then step it. You'll rise. Gentle back bend. Exhale. Palms to heart center. How's everybody doing? Couple of thumbs up. All right. So we're going to take our blocks, face to the long end of your mat, and your blocks go towards the center. Step your legs out wide. Right toes spin to the back of the mat. You lower down. This is where it can be handy to have blocks. And then you switch. So you're sliding side to side. And just be mindful of the knee tracking. Just one more round. Pause in the center. Inhale, press into the blocks. Stretch your hips back. Maybe you walk the blocks out away from you, coming into a wide-legged downward dog. Stretch the heels apart. Walk the blocks back towards you. Heel toe the feet back to the center. Inhale, rise. Gentle back bend. Exhale, palms to heart center. We'll come back to the front of our mat. Take your blocks. Just want to check in. How's the energy level right now? Another sequence, or do you want to head to the floor? I got a thumbs up. I see yours. Nan, Janet, I didn't see you. You don't care. Dee Dee, what's your thumb doing? On up? Okay, good. Jane? I can't see. Yes and up. Okay. I feel like I should get you like these Dayglow orange thumbs so that I can see what they're doing. And it used to be that they would automatically put like a thumbs up, but I don't know, maybe I turned that option off. All right. This will be a little bit of balance, a little bit of core, a little bit of strengthening. We'll start by stepping the right foot back. Now, if you can, the back heel stays lifted. So that's going to challenge balance. And scooch the left foot a little bit to the left. That might give you a broader base. If you need to drop the heel down, that's totally fine. That's warrior one. This is crescent. So this is where we're practicing the balance, practicing the core. Lengthen the tailbone, lift up on the belly. Arms reach up. That's going to add a challenge because we're taking away from our grounding, which challenges our balance. On your exhale, swoop the arms forward and back. Inhale, rise. Option to add on. Same thing. Swoop forward, swoop back. Core is engaged. This time, as you rise up, drop the back knee down. And then you rise up, arms reach back. Just two of those. Knee drops, arm rocks. It doesn't touch them. We're hovering. Last one. And then let's just pause. You rise up, you're back to that crescent lunge. Setting up for warrior 3 if you like. So this is where you could put your hands on blocks, put them on a chair. Shift the weight forward to the front foot. Float the back leg up. Now, hips are parallel. So if you had a level, they would be the same level. If you pressed a level on your lower back, they would be level. That's going to engage the core. Press into that left heel. That's going to fire up the hamstring and the quad. And then just lower the right leg to meet the left. Inhale, rise up to rinse. Exhale, just like a waterfall. Let your spine flow. Let your arms sway like seaweed. Let your head dangle. The neck gets long. And then hands on your hips. Press into your heels. Rise up. Take a gentle back bend. And then the left leg steps back. Two sides. You have two different sort of alignment characteristics. So take the time to get that alignment that feels right. Then inhale, the arms reach up. Core is engaged. On your exhale, now you could skip the arms going in front of you if that's sort of throwing off your balance. All right, now if you like to add on, as the arms come up, the back knee drops. So we're trying, and this is as much a reminder to myself as a cue for you, to keep that right leg stationary. So you keep that same bend in the right knee. Just one more. And then you just rise up into your crescent lunge. Hands come to the hips. And this side might be different than the other. Take your gaze beyond your mat, so about 5 feet out in front of you. Begin to shift the weight forward. Activate the core. Press into that right heel. The back leg floats up. Flex the foot. Imagine you could press it into the wall behind you. And then lower it down. No rise, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold halfway. Press into the legs, nice long. Let
Hi.
them just
I'll call you back in about 15 or 20 minutes.
travel down the legs. Nice relaxed forward fold. And then bend the knees. We're going to step back to a table pose. Walk the arms forward for puppy pose. You can also do child's pose. And then slither down onto your belly. You can either be up on your forearms or resting on your hands. Do another round of core work here. And you could, I think you could probably do some of this subtle work even lying on your back. On your inhale, you're going to just draw your belly button away from the floor. So you're drawing it towards your spine. And then exhale, let it. Inhale, lift the belly. Now lift the hips. Now lift the thighs. You're still on your knees. Tops of the feet press down. This is your 8-point plank. So press into the arms, the hands, the forearms, the knees, the feet. Your gaze is to the floor. Hug elbows and knees towards each other. Breathe. Just 3 more. 2 more. And release. Let's press up to seated. So we did this last week. Sort of our pigeon alternative. We'll start first with the hands on the ground, and you'll let the knees flow from side to side. Now, next time the knees are facing towards the right, pause here and see if you can sort of press yourself up so you're upright. Hands can frame that front knee. Press into the front knee. Press into the front shin. Your belly button is facing towards that front thigh. And then just begin to fold forward, guided by the degree of stretch that would be right for your body, right? And then you rise up. Let's take it to the other side. Using your hands for this first round to transition over. Hands can frame this front leg. Press into the left knee. Notice as you press into your left knee, what muscles turn on. And then you can begin to flex forward. Rise up. Option to just keep your palms towards each other, so not using your hands as you come to the other side. Belly button towards thigh. Press into the right knee, fold forward.
Oh,
Is that a good oof?
no.
Roll. Rise up. Maybe take the palms together. So you're using your core to come to the other side. Hands come down, press into that left knee. Flex forward. Rise up. Just extend the legs long, kind of shake them out. So you're sort of rattling the leg bones in the hip socket. All right. So for the next pose, I'm going to suggest, if you can, that you set up so that you can press into a wall. This is not entirely necessary, but we're going to do sort of the hug the knee, but with one leg pressed into the wall. If you have that set up handy. If not, then the leg just extends and it's not pressing into the wall. It could probably press into a piece of furniture too. We're going to start with the right leg is pressed into a wall. And then you'll draw the left knee in, clasping behind the thigh. Press thigh into hands, hands into thigh. And breathe. And you can begin to just straighten the left leg and then bend it. Now, as you do that, do you forget about the right leg pressing into the wall? Just a gentle reminder to keep active there. And then the right knee, you keep it bent. Release the hands. We're going to take this into a twist. That right leg comes across the body. Sorry, the left leg comes across the body. Take a look at my right foot. It's rotating. It's still pressing into the wall. My right hand is pressing into that left thigh, creating space in that hip socket. Inhale back to center. Extend the left leg long. Take a moment, check in. Check in with the two sides. Draw the right leg in. Press the left foot into the wall or piece of furniture. Press left thigh. Sorry. Press right thigh into hands. Press hands into thigh. You're ready for the twist. Release the hands. Right hip comes up. Watch the left foot. It spins to its side. So it's still pressing into the wall. Left hand pressing the right thigh away. And then inhale back to center. Extend that right leg long. Just check in. Are there any final movements you want to make before relaxation? Do you want to stay here at the wall? Or maybe slide back to the center of the room? And we were talking last week about how we're entering the season of winter. I know it's a couple of months before it's official, but the weather, we're starting to feel some of the qualities. The dry, the cold, the airy. And so what can be helpful with your practice is to invite some of those opposing qualities to bring balance. And one of those is a little bit longer rest, a little bit more grounding. So I'll guide you in a yoga nidra type practice. And you'll begin by scanning your body and just making any adjustments to invite your body to be even just 5% more comfortable. And then once you find this level of comfort, just note that if you feel tempted to move, a lot of times that's restlessness in the mind rather than restlessness in the body. And if you count to 10, you may find that that desire to move goes away. So begin by just focusing the space between the eyebrows. And allowing any creases or worry lines to melt. And let your attention travel down to the cheeks. Softening the muscles along the cheeks. On your mouth. Along the neck. Your attention travel to the right shoulder. The right elbow. The right wrist. The right thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky finger. Wrist. Elbow. Shoulder. Left shoulder. Left elbow. Left wrist. Thumb. Index finger. Middle finger. Ring finger. Pinky. wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of the chest, navel center, tip of the right hip, right knee, right ankle, the tip of the right big toe, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, ankle, knee, hip, navel center, tip of the left hip, left knee, ankle, tip of the left big toe, second toe, middle toe, fourth toe, pinky toe, ankle, knee, hip, navel center, center of your chest, space between the eyes. Let your attention rest here, imagining a beautiful orb of golden light. Expanding with each breath. Till it creates a warm, healing light that envelopes your body. Sit in this beautiful golden orb of light, feeling the warmth, maybe an ever so gentle tingling of healing energy. Allow your next breath to be a little longer, a little deeper. Invite gentle movements. Maybe starting with the fingers and toes. Allowing your head to gently flow side to side. When you're ready, gently roll to your side. Maybe using your arm for a pillow. Enjoy a couple of breaths here. A moment of gratitude to yourself for taking the time to nourish your body, your mind, your spirit. When you're ready, make your way up to seated. Maybe keeping the eyes closed during this journey to strengthen the proprioceptors. Might also allow you to stay more deeply in the present moment. And if you'd like to join me in a single chant of Om, take a deep breath in. Om. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me.